Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. So today is going to be a Nikon day, and it's a little bit negative. I hate waking up in the morning and seeing negative news about any company, but today is a little bit negative on the Nikon side due to them going to post a $94 million loss in one of their subsidiary businesses. But before I get into that, please, if you haven't went over to my website, JCristina.com, please do so. Head over there, check out some of the photography tools I've invented. If there's something there that you might like, please pick it up and support me. That would be awesome. So, into this news. Now, Nikon is a company that doesn't just do photography. They do photography, videography, but one of their major mainstays is medical, okay? They are in the measuring business, let's call it. Their metrology business or company, I think is based out of Belgium. They do automotive and aerospace and medical and a bunch of other things. Well, that division, in my personal opinion, holds up Nikon because they make a lot of money on big business with it. Well, as of I think it was yesterday or day before, there was a report in that they are going to post a loss of this $94 million. They told the shareholders, just hold on to your shorts. There's going to be a, quote, as they call it, an extraordinary loss that's going to be posted. Now, that is just not good, guys. That is just not good. And if you remember many videos ago, probably about over a year now, I spoke about Nikon continuously hitting these recall problems. Recall after recall after recall. And I said, guys, this does not look good for Nikon. You cannot have this number of recalls and not have people just jump ship. It just doesn't look good. And literally about 2 months later, we hear that Nikon is restructuring. Now, when a company restructures, it's usually not a good thing. It's going to go belly up, or they're going to be sold to another larger corporation or something, but it didn't sound well. Now, the restructuring happened, and that was right around the time the D850 was slated to come out. Now, I said, listen, the D850 is going to be either the saving grace or it's going to be the end of them. There's going to be the anchor that just pulls them down to the bottom. So the D850 comes out, guys, and it did wonderfully. Thank God. No recalls. It just did just extraordinary well. Just really, really, really well. And I think that it really helped pick Nikon up, especially after the restructuring and losing 1,000+ people in the main company itself. 1,000+ jobs lost. That was a big thing. Now, we know that all of the companies out there, I don't care if it's Canon, Panasonic, Sony, they all have separate divisions, okay? And certain divisions hold up the other. And like I said, I think this measuring division holds up Nikon. So, for example, with Canon, you know, they do what? Cameras, they do copiers, they do printers and flashes and projectors and virtual reality headsets and scanners and all kinds of stuff. But their direction is more focused. They're on imaging, right? Canon feels just as an imaging company, and that's it. Whereas you have Sony, you know, they have audio and they have computing and TV. I mean, TV is massive, right? Semiconductors, and they have, of course, the photo, the video side, and they also have medical like Nikon does. So there's a lot going on with Sony. There's a lot of paths with Sony. Now, the problem that I see here with this $94 million loss is that I personally think this is from a major portion of Nikon, and there's going to be some problems internally to the company. I always say iteration in comparison to innovation is bad. Now, how do you have innovation occur when you have these major losses and you have just jobs being cut? It's hard to spend money on R&D when you're not making it somewhere. And like I said, they're not making it. How is this going to affect their full-frame mirrorless that they're said to produce by the end of the year? You know, this is one of these things that you have to look at when you marry a company. Okay. And when I say that is whenever you get in bed with a company and you buy their lenses, those lenses usually tie you down to a camera system, a body or whatever. Okay. So I think it's going to be hard for photographers that hear about this news to say, you know what, I want to go into the Nikon camp right now. We don't know what's going on with them. And posting losses like this is a major problem. You have Sony that has all of these divisions, right? Computing and audio that doesn't matter if Sony cameras do well. They don't care. They could post a loss for an entire year and Sony won't be affected. Whereas if Nikon posted a loss for an entire year on their camera division, that'd be kind of end of story, you know? It'd be a major problem because now their measuring side is not doing well. Okay? It's not doing well. So that's why we see Sony being able to continuously innovate. Because when you do not have to worry about taking losses, you can throw everything against the wall and see what sticks. It doesn't matter, right? You can do that. You have that leeway. Whereas Nikon has to be a little bit tighter about their game and what they do. Now, Canon, on the other side, have so many lenses out there. And like I said, lenses marry people to bodies. All the pros that are out there use Nikon and Canon. Majority of them use Canon. And that is a major portion of their business. Like I said, copiers and all the rest of the stuff that they do is big for them too. But their camera company, their camera division does extremely well. And it continues to do well, even when they're constantly iterating and they're not innovating. So I don't know what's going to happen with Nikon here. I don't want to be like the bearer of bad news, but when I look at this, it just takes me back to a year and a half ago when the restructuring happened and there was losses posted and many jobs were, people were canned. It just feels like that again. Now, is that the case? I don't know. I tell you one thing, guys. If I was a betting man and I was in the stock market, which company would I put money on? I would put money in Sony, number one, because they're so diverse. But as far as a camera company, I would put it into Canon. Why is that? Because they are that unidirectional company, that one direction. Okay, they see it. They focus on the imaging and they do it well. Whereas Nikon just feels like they're floundering. And I don't know what they're going to do and how they're going to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. So once again, the D850 was the saving grace, in my personal opinion, of Nikon. I think the full-frame mirrorless that Nikon puts out by year end could be Nikon's saving grace also. So for me, best of luck to Nikon. I hope they do well. We want all the players in the industry to do well. That constant competition between these companies is what makes the products that we use so great. They continuously have to compete between each other to make the best product possible so that we purchase those products. So once again, I hope Nikon, and I wish them the best, and I hope they pull out well with this whole situation. I hope they pull out on top like they did a year ago. So that's it, guys. I want to know what you think. Do you think that Nikon is going to have problems now? Do you think that they are already having problems? Do you think that they're going to pull it out with the full-frame mirrorless that they're going to be inventing or quote-unquote coming out with by the end of the year? How do you think Sony, Canon, and Nikon stand? Who do you think is on top right now, and who do you think will be on top for 2018? Just a bunch of discussion I kind of want to have, and hopefully we can pull this negativity of this Nikon announcement and pull it into something positive in the comment area below. So that's it, guys. I'm out of here. As always, if you enjoy my content, please throw me a big thumbs up. That would be awesome. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you can get all my content when it does become available, and click the little bell icon so when it is available, you will be notified of it. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find a lot of photography tools that I invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. If there is, please pick it up and support me. That's it. I'm out of here, guys. Happy shooting. See you soon.